Precious Jones. Salute to Precious Jones. Yes. Little Durk. Little Durk has been arrested. And to top things off, it was actually one of the members that was in his squad that snitched on him. Now, the Little Durk, it goes way back and it runs deep. You know, most of us caught a whiff of it during the King Bond and everything, but I've been following it way before the King Bond death. But Little Durk and them, man, this thing is deep, y'all. This thing is deep. He did get arrested in Florida on a murder for hire. They got him on a murder for hire. The marshals picked him up. The marshals snatched up Lil Durk, y'all. And it's very interesting because he was just talking about how his record is clean now. You know, he turned over his life. He gave up the streets and everything that come along with the streets. Now, they got him on a murder for hire. Ain't that something? It's like you can't catch a break. Some people just can't catch a break. Well, it says, rapper Lil Durk arrested in Florida on murder for hire charge. It says, rapper Lil Durk was arrested Thursday in Florida by the U.S. Marshals on a charge of murder for hire, according to booking records. The 32-year-old artist from Chicago, whose legal name is Durk Devontae Banks, was booked into the Broward County Jail and is being held without bail. NBC News is out to the U.S. Marshals and reps for Lil Durk for comment. It comes as 5 people associated with his hip-hop collective, Only the Family, OTF. For many of y'all that was wondering what does OTF stands for, Only the Family, were arrested on a federal indictment in California, accused of committing a murder for hire that resulted in death and was allegedly done in revenge for the death of a fellow group member. 3 alleged OTF members, Kavon London Grant, known as Cuz or Vonnie, DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, known as Dee, Asa Houston, known as Boogie, was charged by a grand jury for their alleged part in the murder, according to court documents filed October the 17th and unsealed Thursday. Keith Jones, a.k.a. Flocka, and David Brian Lindsley, a.k.a. Brown Eyes, both said to the members of other gangs in Chicago, according to the documents, were also indicted. The 5 men could not be immediately reached for comment Friday. OTF produces and sells hip-hop music from artists primarily from Chicago. Lil Durk is the founder of the collective, according to the Chicago Tribune, and has a 2018 album under the same title. The charging document said that on November the 6th, 2020, a high-ranking OTF member, described by the initials DB, got into a physical altercation with someone referred to only as TB at a nightclub in Atlanta, Georgia. During that fight, prosecutors say an associate of TB pulled out a gun and shot DB multiple times, killing him. Though the victim was not named in the charge sheet, on that same date in 2020, NBC News covered the death of Davon Daquan Bennett, a rapper who went by King Von, in Atlanta, who was part of OTF and collaborated with Lil Durk on music. After DB's death, a person described as a co-conspirator, one, made clear in coded language to anyone who took part in killing TB for his role in DB's murder, the indictment said. Then on August the 18th, 2022, the conspirators learned that TB was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles, the filing said. After learning of TB's location, Wilson Jones, Lindsay in Houston, and a person described as a co-conspirator too traveled from Chicago to Los Angeles for the purpose of murdering TB. That day, Grant also traveled by private jet from Florida to Los Angeles, according to the indictment. On August the 19th, 2022, Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay in Houston, and co-conspirator 2 used 2 vehicles to track, stalk, and attempt to kill TB by gunfire, including with a fully automatic firearm, resulting in the death of SR, who was a passenger in TB's vehicle. The indictment said on that day, Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston and co-conspirator 2 tracked TB's black Escalade to a gas station on Beverly Boulevard in Houston, rove their vehicle to an alley behind the gas station and parked so that Jones and Lindsay and co-conspirator 2 could attempt to murder TB. Jones, Lindsay, and co-conspirator 2 allegedly fired multiple gunshots at TB, but ended up killing SR. And Wilson paid the bounty monetary reward on behalf of co-conspirators, the document said. The charging documents said the 5 and co-conspirators used facilities of interstate and foreign commerce such as planes, cars, cell phones, and the internet, with intent that the murder of TB be committed. Grant allegedly procured cars, ski masks, and firearms that were used to find, track, and kill TB, the indictment said. The indictment of the 5 men is on charges of conspiracy and the use of interstate facilities to commit murder for hire, resulting in death, use, carry, and discharge of firearms and machine guns, possession of such firearms, and furtherance of a crime of violence resulting in death, possession of a machine gun, and criminal forfeit. It's not clear if any of the men have retained attorneys. So, Lord Durk has been arrested by the U.S. Marshals. I say it all the time, man. I say it all the time. Let it play out. Let it play out. Now, you got Lord Durk. Lord Durk is jammed up, right? How did he get jammed up? His partner. Y'all know that one of his partners was wearing a wire. You know? That's why I say, y'all, the ones that y'all be thinking is so official, yo, you gotta really, really check the temperature. Listen to me. Listen to me. Most niggas in the streets that catch bodies, most of them are soft. Most of them are coward. Most of them are weak. You always gotta go to the source. Why did they commit this murder? That's the first thing I want to know. I want to know, yo, why did you commit the murder? Because don't think that just because you commit this murder, that makes you solid. Don't think that just because you commit this murder, that makes you a real one. A murderer doesn't make you real. And we get caught up, and we've been caught up in that illusion for so many years. The person that killed somebody, we automatically call them a real one. But you got to break it down. What was the killing behind? What was the killing about? And who did they kill? You always got to check who he killed. And when you get in these gangs, that was the worstest thing that could have ever happened to our community. The gangs. We see it. All the original gangsters. All the original gangsters that started these gangs, when you go and you talk to them, most of them be in tears because most of them realize the bullshit that they created, the bullshit that they started, and how it turned out. It's all bullshit. So now you got these rappers. You got these rappers that's worth all this money. Think of all the money that they worth. It's like you hustling backwards. You do all of this to get on for what? To have a 1 year run, a 2 year run, and then you end up getting killed or you end up going to prison. And the only thing that you got that's attached to your name is, yo, he was a real one. He was a real one. How? How real is Lord Durk now? How real is Lord Durk? How real is the OTF members that's rolling with him? That fast. That fast. Lord Durk is on his way to prison. Is it strange, y'all, as y'all been noticing lately, especially in the year 2024, have y'all noticed all of the people that have been going to prison? They got Baby Oil Man. If that don't say something to you, Baby Oil Man is in prison. Baby Oil Man has been locked up for the last 30 days, 30 plus days. Who in a million years would have thought? I thought with Baby Oil Man, I thought maybe they would have got him on some gangster shit, some street shit. You know, some pistols in his house. You know what I mean? Or maybe, you know, they linked him to a major drug organization that he was running for years. But y'all realize what they got Baby Oil Man on. They got Baby Oil Man on sex trafficking charges, kidnapping. So, as you can see, nobody is above the law. They even got the white boy from Abercrombie Finch, Jeffrey Weinstein, or Jeffrey Epstein. It's like no matter how we try to turn a blind eye when it comes to this street shit, and no matter how we try to turn the blind eye when it comes to just this wrong stuff, period, just look. Y'all realize all this was prophesied in the Bible? Just go to the Bible. The last book in the Bible is Revelation. I call it Revelations because a revelation is a revelation of one particular event. I call it Revelations because it's revelations of many events that's unfolding right in front of our eyes. Lord Durk. He had a nice run. And just when he decided to turn his life around, y'all notice that? Same way with Baby Oil Man. Just when Baby Oil Man start to turn his life around, what happened? So my message to any of y'all, if y'all are still in the streets or whatever it is that y'all got going on, man, y'all better do y'all best to get out of it and stay out of it. Because at the end of the day, it ain't worth it, y'all. Salute everybody. See y'all on the next demonstration.